Auburn University is located in the city of Auburn in east central Alabama. It has approximately 26,000 students and well over 1,000 faculty. The university is made up of 12 colleges and schools. The Auburn University Research Initiative in Cancer, or AURIC, was started in 2011 through some funding from the state of Alabama. We now encompass more than 9 colleges and schools at Auburn. We have over 170 members, 75 of whom are faculty. The broad mission of AURIC is to improve cancer research at Auburn University to benefit the citizens of Alabama, the United States, and the world. At Auburn, we use a bench-to-bedside approach. That is, we have investigators in our program who are working in very basic science areas in the laboratory, looking at cells and molecules that might be influential in the cancer process, all the way up to being able to take those things that we discover here and test them in clinical trials. In our case, in our clinic population of dogs and cats in the veterinary hospital. Our approach is a One Health approach. People are used to thinking about health in terms of veterinary medicine or human medicine. They think of their physician or their veterinarian as being very separate things. Here we don't think of them as separate at all, but as one concept, and that is One Health. So that what we learn in one species we can apply to another species. And that goes in both directions here. What we learn in dogs we can certainly apply to people, but also what we learn in people we can apply to our pet animals and improve their lives as well. Dr. Kurt Bird is one of our basic science researchers. His work looks at the mutations responsible for causing cancer and making cells into tumors. And he has looked at that in a variety of different types of tumors, but specifically in breast cancer.
We study spontaneously occurring breast cancers in dogs that are very similar to what's observed in human patients, specifically in women. The cancers occur for the same reasons. They have the same hormone sensitivity. They have the same kind of genetic defects and much the same natural history. Very recently, we completed a clinical trial in patient animals. These are dogs that come to the clinic diagnosed with mammary carcinoma. And we used very rare dendritic cells isolated from the patient animal's own blood and fused them to non-matched canine breast cancer cells that we grow in the laboratory. By putting these fusions back into the dogs, we were able to show real significant improvements in immune recognition of the tumor cells by the canine patients. We were able to improve outcomes about twofold, that is in survival, for most of the patients. And for 2 of the patients, we essentially cured disease.
Dr. Annette Smith is the head of our clinical oncology service in our veterinary hospital. Her work focuses on the translation of therapies into the medical arena. So she is frequently performing clinical trials in patient animals, in this case pets, dogs that are owned by clients of the veterinary hospital, and testing these new therapies for their benefit to those dogs.
Primarily my research is involved in bringing advances that have been identified in the laboratory and taking them over to patients within the clinic and trying to demonstrate that there's a real-world benefit to the theoretical benefits that we found in the laboratory. If we can harness the dog as a spontaneously occurring tumor model of breast cancer in people, then hopefully we can learn a lot about how canine mammary cancer works and be able to translate that over to the human side, because the lifespan of a dog is a lot shorter, and so we can get answers a lot faster by using the dog as a model and testing treatments on the dog as opposed to the lengthy amount of time that it takes to test out a treatment on the human side.
Dr. Nancy Merner is a new member of our team at Auburn, and her interest is in finding new mutations that cause breast cancer in human populations and perhaps in other populations of animals as well. She's looking in particular at underserved populations, that is, people who don't generally get the type of medical treatment or care that more wealthy or more well-off individuals get.
My research focuses on identifying human breast cancer genetic risk factors. Inherited genetic risk factors increases an individual's risk to breast cancer, some slightly increasing your risk while others have a strong predisposition. Breast cancer inheritance is mainly believed to be polygenic, so my group determines the combination of genetic variants that contribute towards the onset of the disease in breast cancer families. Using our One Health approach, any mutations that I identify in my human cohorts, we plan to validate using canine samples. This approach will offer genetic validation and also offer us a mechanism to better study the molecular aspects that we need to understand to better treat cancer.
One of the most important ways we're making an impact is by funding research. Cancer research is an incredibly exciting area to be in right now. The developments are coming fast and furious in lots of different fields. At AURIC, through our One Health approach, we feel like we have the opportunity to develop novel therapies that will make a difference in the treatment of cancer, whether that's in people or in their pet dogs.